Okay, so I'm going to show you another really neat activity that you can do with paint.net. This one is this cool explosion that my students really like to do this. This one, it's from this Instructables website. I've been doing this one for years, and again, students love it. It teaches a lot about how the layers work, layer effects, layer properties, different effects within it. So it's just a fun one for students. So I'm just going to go through this really quick. I am going to open a new paint.net, and we're just going to go through the instructions. All right, so step one, the main part of the explosion. I am going to make a new picture, 800 by 600 pixels, which I don't change anything. I think that has changed, but if you go to image and ever want to see the canvas size, that is the default, but I'm just going to leave it as is. From there, we're going to go Effects, Render, and Clouds. So we're going to go Effects, Render, and Clouds, and hit OK. All right, we're now going to duplicate that layer. So right here, duplicate layer, and you will have two of the exact same cloudy layers that say background on them. All right, so now this right here, steps 4 and 5, this is how we're going to start to get that little explosion effect. We're going to go to the top layer and then Effects, Distort, and Bulge. So we're going to go top layer right here, Effects, Distort, and Bulge, and put that on 100. It almost looks like the top of a tornado. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And then we're going to do something similar on the bottom layer. So I'm going to click on it right here and go Effects, Distort, Bulge again. And you're going to put that one, drag that slider all the way to -200 and hit OK. Now right now you're going to see that really doesn't look like it did anything. However, it did. As you know, or maybe you don't know, the layer that is on top is the layer that is in front. So if you check this little box right here, it'll show you, you can see exactly what you did with it. Even if you look right here, you can kind of see it. So hide layer and bring it back. All right. We are then going to go to our layer properties and put it on this XOR, which is kind of like an X-ray view. So go to the top layer, then go to properties and change the blend from the blend to XOR. So layer properties are right here. We're going to go normal, change the blend mode from normal to XOR, and you're going to see that now look like an explosion or like a ball. I'm going to hit OK, and we are going to flatten our layers. The best way that I do this, the easiest way to do this, I go right up here, top layer, and I just click merge layer down. I don't know if there's a better way to do it, but that's just what I do, and it works pretty easy. Okay, so now we're going to go on to step 2, and we're going to make it actually look like it's exploding. We're going to duplicate our layer. So again, duplicate your layer. And then we are going to go Effects, Blur, and Zoom Blur, and we're going to put it on 75. So this is the bottom layer that we are going to do this on. So we're going to go bottom layer, Effects, Blur, and Zoom Blur. And we are going to go ahead and I'm going to put that value on 75 and hit OK. Again, just like earlier, it doesn't look like it did anything. However, the layer that is on top is the one that's in front. So if I were to hide that layer, you're going to see we definitely did put a zoom effect on this. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to the top layer and go to the properties again and change the mode to lighten. So top layer right here, layer properties, the blend mode is going to go from normal to lighten, and we're going to hit OK. And that looks pretty cool. Okay, so now the last step here is to change the colors. Um, you're going to go and up here in adjustments, there's a lot of different things that you can kind of use with it. We are going to go ahead and use the curves. Right now it's on this luminosity. We're going to change that to RGB for red, green, blue. And what you're going to have to do when you click on this is you're going to have to change it. Like I uncheck one of these, or I check one of these at a time and I uncheck the other two. So like if you want it to be green, well then you're going to have to just kind of as it says, right click to remove control points. I have never gotten this coloring right, so you might be able to. I'm going to see if I can get this color the way they have it on here. It's probably not going to look hopeful. Let's see if I can do this. Green. And blue. Where was that one? Well, not exactly like the one in the picture, but it's still cool. I have had a student get it exactly right, and I asked him how that student did that, and he said, I just followed the directions. So, you know, there you have it. If you mess up, you can always hit reset. I'm going to hit OK because I'm happy with this. But it does. It looks like it's exploding. So that is the end of that. If you want to save it, again, I'm going to go up to File and hit Save. And right now, it is a .pdn file. So, you know, you can save it as that. Otherwise, if you want this to be viewed elsewhere, I'm going to hit Save As and just change it. I would just change it to a PNG. I'm going to hit Save. And it kind of gives you a little preview of the image. I'm going to hit OK. And then again, if I want to edit this, I really won't be able to. However, I am going to hit flatten and it will flatten out my layers. So that's the cool explosion. I will say they do add on this Instructables website with this tutorial if you want to do anything else with it. I always have my students do this activity again. So I do one with them, and then I do one and I say, okay, go ahead and do this again on your own, and you can do something different with it, change some numbers, add a different effect, and they usually have a lot of fun with that. So hopefully you enjoyed this activity, and thank you for watching.